Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, we're going to start off with a haunted doll. We've had a few of those on the World Wide Web of Weird. And, what's more creepier than a haunted doll? I think, so why do people collect them? I saw one article about a guy who's collecting them. That's not what this one's about. Let me go ahead and get the screen up there for Jeff. All right. This first article comes from thesun.co.uk. This is about a haunted doll. Now, not your typical creepy-looking doll, as we've had on the show. This one looks like just a regular kind of China doll. But it does remind me of an Amazing Story doll, actually. There's a couple, there was an Amazing Story. With a guy and a doll. It was really creepy. It was John Cleese. All right, so the Sun here. An unwanted visitor, terrified mom, is desperate to sell haunted doll that scratched her husband and set off smoke alarms. We've had that happen. Terrified mom is desperate to get rid of a haunted doll that she claims to keep setting the smoke alarms off in the middle of the night. Has left her husband covered in scratches and has the ability to move herself around by herself. Debbie Merrick, 50, bought 3 pretty China dolls for just $5 from a second-hand shop at the start of July. But since bringing the trio home, she has found her family plagued with supernatural problems. A week after placing her new purchases in her spare room, Debbie's husband, Cameron, 50 as well, was alarmed to find she had woken up one morning with small scratches, or he had woken up with small scratches on his leg. Debbie said the smoke alarms keep going off, and one night I heard floorboards creaking, and I thought it might have been my daughter Holly up. But when I checked on her, she was asleep. Then one morning my husband said to me, "I've got scratches all over my legs." It's definitely hadn't happened before. They looked a bit like cat scratches and were sore. My husband is a complete non-believer. He's still trying to come up with an explanation. The scratches do look like they've been done by something small, like a little doll hand scratched his leg. Holly keeps telling people that the creepy doll scratched her dad's leg. I have had a nightmare about the doll dragging itself along the floor towards me. Ooh, that is creepy. One of the reasons that the family's smoke alarms keep going off is because the spirit in the doll is moving through the house and is causing sudden changes in temperature, triggering the device's heat sensors. Debbie mentioned her toy terror to a medium pal, who immediately freaked out and warned her that the doll had something in it. Well, yeah, sounds like it. Her psychic friend became upset about being under the same roof as the spooky doll, so Debbie placed it in a box in the shed. I'm sure that made the doll happy, but that wasn't the end of it. When she went in, yeah, right? Yeah. They're like, oh, now you locked me up. Now there's going to be some trouble. You thought some scratches were... Yeah, now you pissed it off. When she went to the shed 2 days later, she noticed the doll had moved and its necklace was missing. Debbie said, when I brought the dolls through for my friends to take a look, she said, "Get out, it's got something in it." She refused to sleep in the same house she was freaking out about it. I put it in the shed box and placed things on top of it. Let's see. Then the other day I had to go into the shed and get something, and when I looked in the box, the necklace on the doll was completely off, and the doll was in a different position, I'm sure. When I packed it away, I made sure the necklace was wrapped around his neck about 4 times. I was quite scared of it, to be honest, and I just keep thinking, how? I didn't want to touch it, and when I had to touch it, I felt sick. Now, she goes on, the article goes on, I'm not going to read all of it, but she bought 2 other dolls. I didn't get the pictures of those 2 other dolls, but she believes those have nothing happening. It's just this doll. And the other 2 dolls look, pretty much, very much like this doll. So I don't know, now she's selling it on eBay. So is the question, is it really haunted, or is this a scam to sell a haunted doll for a ton of money? I just want to get rid of it. Well, I'll tell you how to do that. Go to the garbage and throw it away.
Exactly.
Or give it away for free on eBay. Don't sell it, give it away for free. There'll be somebody right away to pick it up.
Just go put it on the curb. Someone will come pick it up.
But that's when, you've heard the stories. That's when it ends up back in your doorstep or in your bed. And then the people are really freaking out.
Yeah. She basically set herself up for a horror story there with putting it in the shed and trying to put things on top of it. And, you're just...
I think she
donate it to a paranormal museum. There are several of them.
Oh,
yeah. New one in New Orleans, so that's an option for her. She's listening tonight.
Yeah, I could think of a few paranormal museums and be like, yeah, we'll take her.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
All right, this one comes from the Daily Mail next here. This is another ghost story here. A young couple on tour of North Carolina Palace accidentally filmed the ghost of a female servant who died in a fire casually strolling across a hallway. A young couple had caught footage of what they believed could be a ghost of a female servant in the place where she died in a fire in the 18th century. Daniel Hyde, 21, and Savannah Brown, 23, visited Tryon Palace in North Carolina for a day out with Daniel and filmed a Snapchat video of the interior. Spooky footage shows the ghostly figure of the what appears to be a woman in period dress walk past the doorway while carrying a basket. I was only able to get a picture of it. I didn't have the video of it, but you definitely can see it. Now, what about reenactors is what I'm saying. You know, are the reenactors there? I mean, this looks spooky, but they just don't kind of glare over that in the article. Like, my first question as an investigator, are there reenactors? You know, that's to me the biggest clue. You know, until they address that, you can find this article at the dailymail.co.uk. You know, it's hard to tell, but I think she was a younger woman. She was wearing what looked like a servant's dress and carrying a basket. I think because of how old the building was in history, I did feel eerie. We were just going around on the tour and listening to the guide. I wasn't trying to capture anything specific, but showing the surroundings. Only noticed the ghostly figure in the back room. My cousin messaged me saying, "Is that a ghost?" You know, like I said, they don't talk about any reenactors. Maybe they never saw any reenactors while they were there on the tour, but maybe there are. I don't know. Okay. Next article on the World Wide Web of Weird here is from Unexplained Mysteries. This has been viral. I just want to address this. I'm not going to actually read the full article because there's so many of these. You've seen these viral videos, and here's one. This comes from RT or Ripley.com. The article is from Unexplained Mysteries. Mystery surrounds black vortex UFOs. Peculiar alien phenomena has been cited in countries all across the world in recent years. Dubbed smoke vortexes, these anomalous black rings have been cited by hundreds of people everywhere, from the remote wilderness of Siberia to the ends of England's busy M62 motorway. I'm not going to read the whole article of this, but to me, does it anybody just, maybe it's just me, but I'm just thinking, I've seen this. I've seen that kind of smoke arena in the sky. I've seen it from a very large firework explosion in the sky. I've seen that kind of smoke ring, and now we're seeing a ton of them. Now, they look really peculiar. The one I saw vanished pretty quickly, but it was very similar to what you see in this video. I mean, I'm not an expert. You know, I'm not a UFOologist or anything like that. It just seems to me that this could be caused by smoke or a mortar shell going up in the air or something. I don't know, but we're seeing so many of these lately, and you wonder what's going on, if it is something paranormal or UFO, or is it just like the way the media and the web is, they caught onto something that is totally explainable, but man, they're going to go out there and say, look at this. I don't know. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on what they think the black smoke rings are, but man, it's viral. I see at least one post about it every week. I usually don't even include it in World Wide Web of Weird because it's like, oh, another smoke ring in the sky. You know, I'm not saying it's smoke. Maybe it is. Maybe it is something weird, but to me, it just, where's the UFO?
Looks like a smoke ring.
Yeah, it looks like smoke ring. Now, if you had that and then you saw the UFO like zipping off in the distance, I'm cool. You know, okay, maybe I'm cool. I don't know. Okay.
Maybe.
All right, next up.
It reminds me of like when you're watching the fireworks and you see, you know, after the fireworks
That's
have
what
gone
I'm
off,
saying. Yeah.
smoke in the, so maybe it's some sort of, you know, top secret weapon. We don't know about that takes the form of a circle.
Watch out for the killer circle. Oh, gotta love the World Wide Web of Weird. All right, next up here is from the Daily Record. This one's really cool. I don't know what this is. It looks like a dinosaur to me. It looks like a dinosaur. Residents in a Stirlingshire village react to sightings of a mysterious creature in the field. This comes from the dailyrecord.co.uk. Those living in Kilburn.
Like a prairie dog.
A prairie dog? I don't know. It looks very dinosaur to me, man. Those living in Killearn, have been discussing the odd sight, which is captured by a local man, Jimmy Wright, while walking his son's dog. People in the West Stirlingshire village of Killearn could be given Loch Ness a run for its money. Main Street resident Jimmy Wright, 66, snapped this odd sight while he was walking his son's dog on Crown Hill, known locally as the Cowfield. These days, such things cause ripples on social media. Jimmy told Observer, I put it on Facebook, but I was taken back at just how much response it was received. It definitely has people talking. Usually when I hear somebody saying that, I have like this bad sneaking suspicion that he's faked. What is this? Got him talking, right?
Maybe it's a mutant prairie dog.
Yeah, right.
Because it looks like it's mixed with something, or sometimes you see freak animals, you know, stuff happens in nature, but the top of it, that's what they do. Like that's a prairie dog.
Well,
and
this is, yeah, I don't know.
The bottom of it, I don't know what's up with the...
Well, I just looked it up so I could get a closer view on my phone, and it actually has sort of a like almost like an otter or weasel like
That's what
appearance.
I thought about it.
Like a river otter.
Yeah.
Right, and if it was moving up and down a bunch, it would give it that kind of like, I mean, if it's moving fast or poking its head up,
I wanted to say it was a wet weasel.
Having like a longer neck, and because it does have a little bit of that, like, I mean, at my first glance at it, I was like, that's fake. And then I looked at it a little closer and thought, actually, I think that's probably just an animal. That's and the way that the photo captured it, kind of shows the background a little more, so it makes it look a little more transparent because
I think it's wet and the light's kind of shining on its fur a little bit.
You know what else? You can take a river otter, like I did with that cat picture the other day, and you cut out around the otter that's like in the water like this, and then you put it into a foresty kind of background and make it look like it's standing upright.
Yeah, I think it's like like she said, an otter or a wet weasel or something like its fur's matted down or something.
Yeah, like a water dog, a river
something
otter.
Like yeah, I don't know. All right, we're gonna move on. This one comes from the Huffington Post. This is a Swiss couple missing for 75 years, found frozen in Glacier. Marcelian and Francine Dumoulin, sorry, I butchered your names, and they're long gone, were 40 and 37 years old when they went missing in 1942. The remains of the Swiss couple who went missing 75 years ago have been found perfectly preserved on a glacier in the Alps, according to local media reports. The bodies of Marcelian and Francis Dumoulin, they just repeat the article. I hate it when they do that. The Dumlins, who had 7 children, were last seen August 1942 when they ventured up to the mountain pasture to feed their cattle. Their family said, "It was the first time my mother went with him on such an excursion," the couple's youngest daughter, Marceline, said. She was always pregnant and couldn't climb the difficult conditions of a glacier. Irby Dumlin, now 79, was just 4 years old when her parents vanished. She said that she and her siblings, who were separated after their parents' disappearance, spent our whole lives looking for them. "I can't say that after 75 years of waiting, this news gives me a deep sense of calm," she says. DNA testing will be done to confirm the identities, the Valais police said in a statement. The photo was published by Lee Martin, shows boots and glass bottle among the items found in the melting ice. And for those listening on Late Night in the Millions Radio Network, I always will post this to the Facebook Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup page or our Paranormal Soup YouTube channel. I always give the World Wide Web of Weird videos up there so you can see them usually a day or two after the show. You can always find them on the World Wide Web of Weird playlist on Paranormal Soup for any of the videos, but the pictures aren't there. So if you want to see the pictures, you'll have to wait to see the World Wide Web of Weird when it comes out the next day. Okay, let's move on here. This is number 6. After this one is this is my question to everybody. This has been so viral, and it's funny. It's hilarious. A plane evacuated after passenger passes gas, causing nausea and headaches. My question is this real? I mean, is this really, come on, could this really happen? This is, the incident happened when passengers on a flight became ill with nausea and headaches, according to a spokesperson of the Raleigh-Durham International Airport. The flight, which was not identified by RDU officials, landed at the airport around 4 p.m. when the incident was reported. All the passengers were taken off the plane after the incident was investigated. It was determined that a passenger passed gas, the officials said. Authorities later said that the incident was a medical call and directed all questions to Wake County EMS. RDU officials did not identify whether the plane was from or its destination or what type of aircraft was involved. Is it real? I mean, did they really do that? I mean, did somebody I mean, I definitely smelled something that smelled like somebody died inside, but literally evacuated a plane. Is it really real?
I was on a flight back from Costa Rica one time, and somebody farted really bad. And if I could have got off the plane in midair, I would have.
Yeah. I actually travel with like a handkerchief and some kind of essential oil right in my
not a bad plan,
because otherwise, I mean, I travel a lot and it's close quarters, and I think like with the I mean, that's like a chain reaction, it's like people have a gag reflex. So I like that they won't admit what airline it is, because that airline doesn't want to become known as like farty air or whatever.
Right. Hey, you know what? Farty air would be a lot better than some of the other airlines have had troubles this year. Beating a passenger to the inch of his life, farty air.
distraction.
They could use it as a slogan, fly with, but obviously they kicked him off for it. Like, don't eat beans before boarding your plane. United Airlines. Nope, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, this is number 7 here. Alien Truth Seekers. This is from the Daily Star, so give it as much credit as you can think of from the Daily Star. But I found this interesting. Alien Truth Seekers discover underground UFO base at Area 51 in a remarkable video. I just have the picture of this up here. A highly classified air base in Nevada, U.S. is commonly believed to hold extraterrestrial life forms. Duh. I think most people watching the show know what Area 51 is. And so-called truth seekers Blake and Brett Cousins have added to the theory by following what they believe is a UFO hangar buried in the mountains nearby. The pair used Google Earth to show an aerial image of the strange sighting. Right in the mountain range, if you see this driveway, it seems to lead to some kind of hidden underground entrance, Blake says. Are these 2 entries to the base with the mountain range, or are they harvesting minerals out of the mountain, or is there an entrance to a military base? Well, there's a lot of mining, that's what I think. I think it's some kind of old mine and a road that goes to it, in my opinion. But they don't tell you that. There are never before seen images as this possible entrance where they're hiding the UFO and flying saucers recovered from Roswell. The clip has been seen more than 35,000 times since, and it was posted by the brothers' YouTube channel. Whatever they have hidden from the people there must be huge. I haven't had a chance to get on Google Earth. I don't think they even give you directions in this. Like, give me the Google Earth link, and I don't see it in this article, like I said, from the Daily Star. Give me the link. I'll go look at it and tell me. I'm not going to go searching around all over Area 51 on Google Earth and see a bunch of blacked out stuff and not find it. I mean, you can look at Area 51 from Google Earth. I have done it. I don't know. It is a strange one. Oops, I got it on Varla. I'm sorry. Everybody's seen you, Varla. We're talking about an alien base. This is the alien base. I am so sorry. All right, that's the alien base that we're talking about. Jimmy Church just had that one. I forgot where. It's off the top of my head. He's been really talking about pictures he took. I think he took them of a mountain where they see a door opening up. It seemed really interesting, but this could be this could be a mine. It even seems like there's like a semi truck or something down there in a little building. I don't know. I mean, who's to say it's the alien base? I don't know. It does remind me a little bit of what Bob Lazar talked about being built into the side of a mountain for SR1, whatever. If you ever heard the Bob Lazar interviews about his experience there, if it's real, kind of reminds me of that. And that little circle thing's supposed to be, I think, a UFO they spotted there, but I don't know. All right, last up, this one's not paranormal, and we're going to play the video here with the audio. Don't start yet, Jeff. Hold on a second. This is from Yahoo News. This was very viral, and this is me getting on my soapbox for a minute because this totally pissed me off big time. The article's titled, "Oh, he just died. Teens laughing at drowning disabled man in disturbing video." Go ahead and play it for a few.
Yeah, he just got in and started swimming. You junkie. Today. Get out the water, you gon' die. Look at that gator coming towards you, man. Buddy, we not finna help you. You finna got in. Bro, drowning, what the heck? Ain't nobody finna help you, you dumb. Never got in there. Yeah, buddy off that 40. Hell yeah, Brian, he knocked the 40. Damn, where he at? Hey, buddy off that 85. What made him buddy got in with all his clothes on?
And you're going to stand there and film it like a dumbass.
His head under, buddy. Wow. Am I seeing? What the?
All right, go ahead and stop it because I don't want to listen to these morons anymore. So, yeah, you can see this has been viral. And I've talked about this on this show before, that I believe we're breeding monsters. We're going to talk about monsters tonight, banshees, werewolves, vampires. But my son asked me if monsters are real. What I answer him, I say, there are things out there. I'm truthful with my son. He's 5 years old. I say, I told him a few of my ghost stories. I try not to scare him too much. I know there's ghosts and stuff out there. But what I do tell him, I go, but there are people out there that are monsters that you can't trust. You have to be careful. And there's people just like this that are monsters that will watch you drown and not do a single thing to help you. I'm not even saying go in the water and help this guy. They didn't even call 911. They didn't even, I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about it because I want to get moving on. You can find this at yahoo.com.
They didn't even yell for help.
No. And you can watch this video, and when at the end of the video, he goes, "Oh, dude, the guy died," and they left. They actually go up closer and film the body in the water. I didn't show that. I'm not going to show that because that's just so disgusting to do that. I showed the far away video footage. I'm not showing that. But they go up and film the body, and then they leave him there, and he's discovered 3 days later. When the police go to these kids, these guys posted up on social media like the idiots that they are. And the police go to them and ask them, why didn't you report this? They're like, we didn't have to. This is Florida. This was happening, and they don't have to. They don't have a what you call it?
Good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan. Thank you, Jamie. Good
They
Samaritan
don't
law.
have common sense is what they don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, another Florida story
I know,
for you,
it's
Rob.
always Florida. I'm sorry. I got to apologize to the whole country because it's Florida.
But, so these cops, were pretty pissed. These kids are smirking and laughing. You know what these cops did? They went back and looked in the record books. Now, I thought this the whole time when I was reading the first article before it was updated. I know just a little bit about law enforcement in my time in it, that most states you have to report a dead body in a certain time period, or you are breaking the law if you find a dead body. And those cops went back, looked it up, made sure they had that law, and they went and arrested the kids for a misdemeanor. But at least it's something. And I sure it felt good for those cops to wipe those stupid smug smear faces and laughing. We are breeding monsters. I'm not blaming Hollywood. I'm not blaming video games. I'm blaming parents. And, I'm a parent. The struggle's real. It's not easy being a parent. But obviously, these kids' parents failed them in some way that they can't even have a sense of compassion to do anything to help this man and just stand there and laugh about it and then post it on social media like the idiots they are. I hate to get negative on my show, and we're going to have fun tonight, but this really pissed me off. And I don't usually cover this stuff, but it just to no end. I mean, just recently, somebody in my neighborhood hit a 5-year-old child and drove off. How do you do that? I don't know. He turned himself in the next day. I'll give him that. But how he drove off, I guess, scared. I'll give him that. But these people weren't even scared. They had nothing to be scared of. All they had to do is just stop filming and call. But they didn't. So that's it. I'm getting off my soapbox. I'm sorry. I apologize to my audience. But it's like something that's been burning in me since I saw this video. I had to get it out there. And my show is my outlet. I do have a mic. And if you ever see anybody share some crap like this, they videotape something awful and they put it up there, unfriend them, report them. This crap has to stop. So, all right, we're going to be coming back after the commercial break here with our guest Varla Ventura. We're going to talk about banshees, werewolves, and vampires. I'm going to talk about my own little bit about my banshee experience. I've talked about it on the show before. It's what got me into paranormal, to be honest. Seeing a green floating head fly into the room changes your perspective at 4 years old and makes you believe anything's possible. All right, guys, we'll be back with you in just 1 sec.